Yo, what's good? What's good? What's good? YouTube land. What's good? Sports world. This is I Got Next Sports Media. And we are going to talk about what happened this past Saturday. I didn't have a chance to talk about this in the exact moment because I got a life. I'm out and about, in this good world, doing stuff. But we got time to talk about it for at least 30 minutes tonight. So let's talk about it. So big news that happened in the NBA this past weekend. Hey, what's good, Tony? How you doing, bro? I know you super happy, man. I know you happy right now. Big news. Luka has been locked up for the next 3 years. He signed that 3-year, $165 million contract. Luka is locked on for the next couple of years, man. He is a Laker, man. He is a Laker. So it's a 3-year contract, but just like what Tony just said in the chat, it's really 2 years because you got a player option. And I think like Tony told me, he's qualified to get that super max, so he'll probably opt out of that contract in that 3rd year to get that super max. But you got Luka for the next couple of years. So at least you're going to go into the season, not wondering what's going to happen, what's going to happen wise. So you don't have to go into the season wondering like, is Luka's going to, sign long term? Is he happy? And you ain't got to go through all that soccer, That's something you get to avoid. So that's good for the Lakers on that part, as well as the fan base. You can go into the season with a lot of ease. And that's a good thing to me. As a sports fan, or even if I was a general manager, I would be happy to know I locked down my best player for the next couple of seasons. I don't got to go through the drama, the regular ESPN stories of what's Luka's going to do or what team is he looking at, is he happy, and all that stuff. You ain't got to worry about none of that stuff. You just focus on the season now. So shout out to Luka. He got his money, and he's going to have a chance to recoup all that money he lost in Dallas when you do that Supermax. Pretty short, to be honest, more like 2-year extension. He'll opt out in year 3 through, though, and sign a 5-year Supermax, which that's smart. That's smart. Get paid more. That's smart. It's the right thing to do. So I just want to quickly kind of, like I said, it's going to be a short episode today. Probably like 30 minutes because I got to get ready to go to bed for work tomorrow. But I just want to kind of have a chance to comment on all this. So congrats to Luka first. He got his money. Good job to Lakers. You took care of business. And the first thing I want to say about this is this actually speaks very good on the Lakers. The fact that he was willing to sign this quickly. Like, he didn't waste no time. The fact that he was willing to sign this quickly means the Lakers did a good job. They impressed him in that short amount of time. And that's shout out to the Lakers on that part. Like, you did a good job. Hey, what's good, Sora Alpha? How you doing, man? This speaks highly on Genie and that entire franchise as well as the team. The fact that he signed that quickly before even, the day of that he was offered that contract, he signed it. That's impressive. That to me is impressive. That means you did something right within them few months that you got him in that trade. That means he was happy with the situation. He's happy with JJ Redick, happy with Braun, happy with the team he had, happy with the organization, happy with everything. Like, that means you impressed this man enough to, hey, I'm going to sign right here, right now. Like, oh, we can sign today? Give me the contract. Let me sign. So that's a positive sign on the franchise. So shout out to Laker organization on that part, man, that you locked him up that quick. Yeah, but just wondering if he'll retire as a Laker. If Lakers don't compete the next 2 years, maybe he'll be frustrated and will want to go elsewhere. But we'll see. I hear Luka is loyal. Yeah, he's a very loyal person. He is. And let's keep it real. Let's keep it real for a minute. If Dallas didn't trade Luka, 9 out of 10, he'd probably be re-signing with them. Because that's the type of player he is. He's loyal. he was gonna be loyal to Dallas. And I get the feeling he's gonna do the same thing for the Lakers. I get the feeling as long as LA want him, he's gonna probably keep signing. Probably gonna keep signing more and more contract with the Lakers. We'll see if he end up retiring with the Lakers or not. We'll see. But he's a loyal player. I think Luka gonna be here for a good couple of years. He's gonna be there for several years to come. I think LA gonna have him for a long time. That's just my gut feeling. I could be wrong, but I think he's gonna be there for a while because he's just that loyal type of person. And one thing you got to really say that I notice a lot about the European players, they're loyal. They're loyal. They stick with you. They're gonna stick with you unless you don't want them. Yeah, Luka wants to go back to the finals though. I don't know if the Lakers will compete for a championship in the next 2 years. I mean, we're gonna see. We're gonna see. They got time to do something. They do. They got time. It's gonna be a competitive Western Conference. It's not gonna be easy. It's gonna be a dog fight. It's gonna be a dog fight to get out that West, but we're gonna see. One thing I've always been saying the last, I want to say a couple of years, when LeBron James leaves, I think the Lakers are gonna end up winning a title because they're gonna have even more flexibility. But we'll see what happens. I think the Lakers are gonna definitely be in that market going after Giannis. I think Giannis gonna be looked at by the Lakers, by my Warriors. A lot of other teams gonna be going after Giannis. So I know the Lakers gonna try to have all that flexibility to go after him. But I think you gotta also look at it like this too. The Lakers got a good front office coming in. They got Walter coming in. Like that's big, man. That's big. And I think that was one of the key reasons too that Luka re-signed so quickly. And 9 out of 10 gonna sign that 5-year with the Lakers too. He's looking at the fact that you're finna have the Walker family, the Walker taking over that franchise. You're finna have somebody who's willing to spend money, willing to do whatever it takes to win, like he did with the Dodgers. And I think that's gonna make a big difference too on why he'll stay long term. Beyond the LeBron era. So I think they got Luka for a long time. Now at this point, it's just about building the right team around him. That's all it's about now. This season is gonna be more about, MVP. See is Luka gonna be that MVP, especially after he done, slim down so much now. Have a chance to see what he's gonna do in MVP mode. You're gonna have a chance to see how DeAndre Ayton's gonna react to, this is a do or die situation for him. Same thing with Marcus Smart. This is it for them type of guys. Like, hey, it's sink or swim. Probably more so for DeAndre Ayton than Marcus Smart. But, this is a contract year for these guys. These dudes playing for hoping to make more money. If they don't get the contract they're looking for, they're probably going to opt in because they ain't got no choice. So they're going to be playing for better money after this season. Austin Reeves playing for that more money, playing to get paid. We're going to see. He's going to probably ball out, play better. LeBron is in a different circumstance than normal. He on an expiring contract. He probably trying to ball out, trying to see can he win one more or not, I don't know if they're going to win this year or not. I don't know. I say the West is loaded, man. I don't even know. The West is like absolutely loaded. I think the Lakers will be better this season. Yeah, I think they'll be better. And they, definitely preparing for the future. They're getting younger, which is definitely the right thing to do. Get younger. Get younger. I'm gonna say this. I think Luka's gonna win. He's gonna win a championship in the next 4 years. I know that. I feel like he's gonna win at least one. It's coming. I just don't know when, but it's coming. I feel like he's gonna get one. He's gonna get one. He's too good of a player not to get one, But it's just a loaded West, man, and it's gonna be difficult. It's not gonna be easy. You got Oklahoma still there. You got Houston that has really amped it up. Like Houston looks good, man. On paper, they look good. On paper, you would think they should make the finals. But, you're going to see plenty of teams look like that before and don't do nothing. Yeah. Denver gotten better. Lakers gotten better. I don't really know about Minnesota. We got to see because losing Nah does hurt. Clippers loaded up pretty good. They're just kind of old. But, Luka and Brown going to make DeAndre Ayton look good. Oh, yeah. They're going to make him look better. They're going to make him look better than what he had the last couple of years. The real question with DeAndre Ayton is going to be, which Ayton are you going to be? Are you going to be somewhere close to the Ayton that was playing in Phoenix before he started pouting with Monty Williams and them? Or are you going to be the Ayton from, Portland, who they didn't even want you? They just said, pack your stuff and go. We don't even want you. Just take the money and go. Which Ayton you going to get? So I'm going to come down to which one going to show up. Wool lost now. No, Wool lost. No. Now Wool lost. No. Now Naz Reid, he's still there. They lost no. They lost Nikhil Alexander to my Atlanta Hawks. My boy Trae Young recruited him to the Hawks. So the Hawks end up picking up Nikhil Alexander, aka No. Yeah, Naz Reid is still with Minnesota. I think Naz Reid signed 125 million or 115, something like that. Next couple of years, he'll be in Minnesota. So yeah, Naz Reid is still there. Like I said, when I say the West is loaded, man, it's absolutely loaded, bro. But Luka has said it. He's committed to trying to win a championship, man. And he's gonna go for it. He wants to get back, so we're gonna see. We're going to see. And one thing I can say for the Lakers, they got a lot of leverage here. They got a lot of leverage. You still got your first round picks. You still got Dalton. You can turn that into something. The fact that they managed to keep a lot of them people. This is another thing. I know a lot of people like to crap on Rob Pelinka and all that, but you got to give Rob credit on one thing for sure. He did good in that draft. You moved up in that draft and didn't have to give up nothing. That's good. That's actually impressive. You didn't have to give up no money, no player, no nothing. He just moved up in the draft. So I thought you got to give him credit for that one. Okay, that was gonna do something I wanted Lakers to get. Yeah, my Atlanta Hawks got him. My Hawks trying to get to the finals. My Atlanta Hawks trying to make a run to that finals, boy. I will definitely be at more Atlanta Hawks game this season. I went to maybe how many games I went to last season? I think I went to one Hawks game last season. Depending on how things go. I say I want to go watch my Warriors play. I probably want to go watch Houston Rockets come to town, and I probably want to have a chance to watch the Lakers come to town. So I might go to about 3 games this season. Probably about three Hawks games this season. Maybe 4 if I can squeeze in Denver, but I gotta see my Warriors. I get to see my Hawks no matter what. So I do want to see the Warriors. I do want to see the Lakers. I want to see the Rockets. I want to see them 3 teams in person. So whenever the schedule come out, go and book my room in ATL and get me Hawk tickets. Be at the game. Yeah, Lakers also signed Jake Laveria. I'm hearing he's good. He's a good shooter. I did a little research on him just to find out a little more about him. He's a good shooter. Young dude coming up. I do think they're gonna end up trading Dalton though. I think Dalton gonna definitely be a trade piece. But Dalton value dropping like a rock. He didn't do that well in summer league, and ever since that trade situation, he just haven't been the same. I think he's mentally checked out at this point. So I'm expecting Dalton to eventually be turned into an asset and get traded for somebody by the trade deadline. Bron almost going to retire. So yeah, gotta watch them play. Exactly, it's coming to an end, man. You don't never know when it's gonna be it. I only seen LeBron James play in person one time, and that was this past season. I saw him and AD play together in December of last year. Now I'm gonna go see Luka and LeBron together. So I'm gonna check them out when they come play my Hawks. I would actually do this. PG, Luka, SG, Marcus Smart, Power Force. That's not bad. I actually been seeing a lot of people say that. I've seen a lot of people say put Marcus Smart in the starting lineup and put Rui on the bench. I've been seeing a lot of people say that. Put Rui on the bench and put Smart in the starting lineup. I think what JJ Redick should do is kind of play with the lineup a little bit. Test it out some. Maybe 1 or 2 games, start Marcus Smart. 1 or 2 games, start Rui. See which one do better. See which one of the lineups, flows better. That's a good idea to do that. That's a good idea to try. Definitely good idea. Oh, I see you took Austin Reeves out the lineup. I didn't see that part. Oh, you took Austin Reeves off. I just realized that. Yeah, you put Reeves on the bench. Reeves would be excellent off the bench. I've been saying that for the last 2 years. Put Austin Reeves on the bench and let that man cook. He'll be perfect off the bench. Like, that is the perfect 6 man on a championship team. Not crazy about him being a starter. I ain't crazy about that part. I don't think he'd be a starter on the championship team. But 6 man, he'd be a champ. He'd be a 6 man on the championship team, no doubt. Yeah, I would bring Reeves and Rui off the bench. But that's a lot of offensive power coming off the bench. And that would actually solve a lot of the Lakers' bench problem too. I know the Lakers kind of be lacking points off the bench. They don't have enough scorers on the bench. They be lacking. Not getting double digits from their bench. You'll get plenty then, man. You'll be getting plenty. Yeah, bringing them off the bench could light a fire under them. Yeah, it probably would. It'll be a nice little wake-up call too. Get them to play better and all that too. Like, you'll basically get the offensive juice that you've been needing for a while. You would get a good 15 from probably both of them. That give you 30 points right there. Or even just 15 from Reeves and 10 from Rui. That's still 25. And then you still can get at least a decent from the others. That at least get you 30 plus a night. So that'd be pretty good off the bench. 30 plus. And Luka probably gonna give you, Luka gonna give you 25 plus. So then that'd be basically 55. Bron gonna give you 20 plus. So that'd be 75. And then the rest of your starter only give you 15. That'd be 80. So that's pretty good, right? That's not bad. That's not bad. Not bad. You're getting a nice little offensive boost. Yeah, losing your starting job could definitely make you more motivated now. If Reed still struggles off the bench, then just trade him. Yeah, you just trade him. The only thing that would be bad about if he plays worse off the bench, his trade value gonna drop. His trade value gonna end up being diminished. So now you won't get as much for him as if you would have got him before that happened. Though. That's the only bad thing about that. You're gonna get less trade value than you would have gotten before the struggles happened. But at that point, yeah, you probably should. If you can't cook on the bench, but I don't think he'll struggle. I don't think so. I would be shocked if he did. He should be cooking off the bench. If you can give me 25 in the starting lineup, you should give me almost 30 on the bench. Then at that point, yeah, that's true. That's why maybe add a pick in the Dalton. Yeah, at that point you would have to. You would got to. His value would have dropped a good bit. So now you have to throw in Dalton. And like I say, Dalton value done dropped a good bit too because of the bad play in the summer league. So now you're gonna have to add in that first round pick to really make it all fit well together. I think you just got to be careful about who you move the asset for. You got to really sit there and think big time about who you going after. You don't want to waste any asset, that's for sure. So you really want to sit back and think about who you are trading for. Make sure it makes sense because you only get one shot to get it right. You only get one shot. We can't always get the Mark situation with the center part. Where if physical didn't come out that well and Mark Williams trade got canceled. It ain't too often you get a do-over. So you got to make it count on that first try. So I would definitely say probably want to be careful who you trade them for. Let's talk about Kuminga real quick too. gotta bring up the Kuminga situation. The Kuminga situation has been interesting, man. It's been interesting with this situation with them. We'll go with this one. I don't know why Lakers want to keep AR so badly. He's all right, but I don't see him working with this team unless it's off the bench. Smart fits better with the starters. Okay. I mean, I understand it. And I know a lot of people probably look at the playoff struggles. I know, he had 2 bad playoffs. He struggled this year in the playoff. He struggled last year in the playoff against Denver. I think his last good playoff run was 2023 when they made a run to the Western Conference Finals. But since then, he's been struggling in the playoff. It's like right now he's more of a regular season player and just struggling to playoff. I mean, let's see what he do this year. I mean, I will say the Lakers will have to make a decision about him though, because you don't want him to walk like how DFS walked. That probably should not have happened either. But you definitely don't want Reeves to walk. Reeves got some value. Don't let him walk. Like if you know for a fact that he's gonna go somewhere else and try to get a 160, 120, $130 million cut, yeah, you trade. You gotta trade. Don't let him walk for nothing. So if I'm the Lakers, when you get to like the halfway point of the season, you sit down and talk to Reeves and be like, what are you thinking about doing? So you can at least do yourself a favor and be like, okay, you looking to move? Well, I don't want to lose you for nothing. Let's work together to find a trade, AR pretty much only offers offense. He needs to develop his defense. Yeah, the defense got to get better. He was getting blown by in that Minnesota series. They was cooking him. That's just the truth. He was getting cooked. They were just barbecue chicken him all day. That just can't happen, man. You can't let that happen. Can't let that happen. So let's talk about the Kuminga saga continues. So we got the Kuminga situation going on right now. Close it down. There we go. So we got the Kuminga situation still going on, kind of at a standstill right now. So let's read what the San Francisco Standard is talking about. The Warriors Kuminga reaches a new stage, plus my compromise proposal. There's no pressing deadline to resolve this stalemate, but there is a local way to end a situation loaded with frustration, ambition, and financial pressures. So the ongoing Jonathan Kuminga Warriors stalemate reached a new stage recently, though, alas, not one that seems inclined to trigger a sudden conclusion or to make anybody, especially Kuminga, 100% happy. The likely scenario hasn't changed. Kuminga and the Warriors have always seemed to be eventually headed toward a short-term agreement that will pay him a market rate salary and lead to better conditions for a trade either in the middle of the coming season or next offseason. The chances of a signing trade deal this summer to another team, though, have never been zero, mostly because it always seemed to be Kuminga preferred results. As also the preferred results if the Warriors could get an acceptable trade package in return of several important people in the organization. But after more than a month of fruitless and brief negotiations with Kuminga and a few other teams, the options seem to be narrowing, at least as far as the Warriors are concerned, and probably for Kuminga's camp too. The word I got when I checked in on the Warriors source on Sunday, Kuminga won't be traded this summer. He'll be back on the Warriors roster to start the season. It'll either come when he signs the Warriors offer or accepts the $7.9 million one-year qualifying offer. Now, of course, we can all read some or most of this as the Warriors positioning of making the finals push for a more favorable sign and trade agreement. The Warriors have definitely had some discussions with other teams about Kuminga, and once you start having discussions, you can always finish one of them, no matter what your public stance happens to be at the time. But several sources have indicated that the Warriors have been unenthusiastic about the general idea of a Kuminga signing trade from the offset. The broad context is that Joe Lacob remains a fan of Kuminga and is determined to keep the 22-year-old on the roster or get real value in return, he's willing to wait it out. Whether that commitment changes as the season closes in, we shall see. But what I know is Mike Dunleavy doesn't have a lot of pressure to trade Kuminga quickly and cheaply just to get a resolution. The internal pressure is actually the opposite. All right, I kind of stop right there. Pretty wild, man. It's pretty wild. This Kuminga situation is pretty wild right now. Let me read this comment before we get into this part. Supposedly, AR had a broken toe in the playoff. That's what they said. They said he had a broken toe. That's true. They said he had a broken toe in the playoff. When the whole playoff run ended, they said he had a broken toe. So, I don't know on that part. I don't know. But on the Kuminga situation, man. So let me give y'all a quick rundown on what I did. I did my own research a little bit too about this. So apparently, Kuminga really wants to go to the Sacramento Kings. That is what he wants to do. Kuminga wants to do a sign-in trade to Sacramento. And Sacramento wants him. They want him. Sacramento is willing to give the Warriors, this is just one of the offers that was out there, Malik Monk and a couple of draft picks. And I think one of them was a couple second round and maybe one first round pick. And I think the Warriors wanted that first round pick to be unprotected. But it's protected. And they don't want a protected pick. They want an unprotected pick where you just know for sure you're going to get it, not a protected pick. So that's one of the offers. That was like one of the offers that I heard about from the Kings. But that is the preferred destination for Kuminga. He wants to be a Sacramento King. He wants to go to a situation where he can be free to play ball. He don't have to be coming off the bench. He can be in the starting lineup, have a chance to show what he can really do. Now, here's my thoughts coming from a Warriors fan. I kind of understand why he wants to go there. It's not a winning situation, but he just wants to be able to play. And I get that part. He has a lot of potential. I agree, Tony. He has a lot of potential. But yeah, I don't know if I want to pay that much. That's risky. That is risky. But he has a lot of potential. Now, in my honest opinion, what I would like to do, I would love for the Warriors to bring him back and work something out to keep him long term. The part that I was very impressed about Kuminga, when Steph Curry got hurt in that second round against Minnesota, Kuminga was putting points on the board. The man dropped 30-something in one of them games. Kuminga was balling. Kuminga was hooping. He looks good. And I'm like, you need to keep some youth on this team, man. You can't go get old. Like, what are we doing? Trying to be Clippers 2.0? What are we doing? You need some youth on this team. So it would make sense to try to hold on to Kuminga and let him play ball. Now, I will say it. I love Steve Kerr. Steve Kerr is no doubt a Hall of Fame coach. He got all the championships. He can talk. But I don't like how he handled the Kuminga situation. I do feel like he kind of held Kuminga back a little bit. Like he kind of stunt his growth son. Like Kuminga was showing a lot of promise, and he kind of stunted it. So my thing is this. If you're going to bring him back, you got to let him play ball, man. You can't ask him to sit on the bench and be DMPs, do not play. You don't need to be DMPs. He's too good. He's too good to be DMPs. Let this man hoop. Let him hoop. Let him hoop. He can play. When Steph Curry went down, we didn't have no offense. Did you see what playoff Jimmy did? He wasn't playoff Jimmy. He struggled. We needed offense. Kuminga was giving that. You needed more offense, yeah, but he was giving you something. You need it, man. Like, y'all got to find some way to keep this dude. But even if you do keep him, you got to make him happy, though. It's obvious. He's not happy, man. It's obvious. He's not happy being in Golden State. He don't want to be there. He want to go to a situation where he's not getting DMPs. He want to be able to hoop. He want to be able to play. He's not happy being there. And I understand that. I feel him on that part. Completely. I hear the Warriors want to offer Kuminga a small contract in order for them to be able to trade him. Yeah, that's what they want to do. They wanted to do, I think originally they wanted to do a 2-year, I think 2-year 40 million, and then they offered him another 2-year 45 million. They didn't want to do much. They like literally trying not to pay too much. Literally trying to make it the best situation they can, trade them off to get a bunch of assets. That's what kind of holding up the deal too, in order to sign Al Horford, Milton. That's why you can't sign them. The reason why you haven't seen DeAnthony Milton and Al Horford sign, because you're waiting on this Kuminga situation. That's what you're waiting on. You're waiting on this entire Kuminga saga to close out. That's kind of holding up on doing anything. That's why you haven't seen the Warriors really do much of anything this summer. They've been dealing with this Kuminga situation, and they need to try to close it, because this ain't good to bring into next season, man. You got to end this saga. Either you're gonna work something out or you're not. And I've seen a lot of Warrior fans like not happy with the franchise. Like, what are you doing? Even I said that on Laker Fast Break. What are y'all doing? Are you on vacation? Like, what the hell are you doing? Excuse me for my language. But what are you doing? You know? And it's like, if you're gonna bring him back, let the man play. Ain't no point of bringing him back just to be DMPs. You ain't gonna get no good value that way. And I think one thing with the Warriors that I kind of don't like is you're asking a lot for him. You're asking a lot of teams to give up a lot of first-round picks. Why would they do that for Kuminga? No offense. Like I said, Kuminga can hoop. He's pretty good, bro. Like, when you let him play, he's pretty good. But you're asking for like 3 first-round picks or something. Like, no, I'm not doing that deal. I wouldn't do that. Like, huh? What I'm trading for? I'm not getting an all-star player out of this. Like, no. I'm just getting a pretty good, strong role player. Like, no, I'm not. Like, come on. Now, I do think Kuminga got all-star potential. I think he got all-star potential in him. But you're asking for draft picks of an all-star player right now, and he's not that right now. And that's one of the reasons why I'm like kind of baffled with the Warriors. You're asking a lot right now, man. I mean, I think they asked, what team was it who they were talking to? The Phoenix Suns? You wanted a bunch of first-round picks? And I think they had like 2 or 3 players they want. Like, whoa, that's a lot. What are you trading for? Giannis Antetokounmpo? Like, no, man. You're asking a lot for Kuminga. You putting a lot more value into him than what you're really worth. Even I wouldn't do that. I'm going to read this a little bit more, this article, just a little bit more. The Athletic Sun Amic has reported that the Sacramento Kings seem to be the team chasing Kuminga the hardest, which is correct. That is correct. From the research I've been doing, the Kings want him the most. I think the Suns want him too. The Suns got interest, but the Kings want him the most. And they offered a deal that would pay Kuminga $63 million over 3 years. That's the contract he wants. And send Malik Monk. Yep, that's what I said. I just said that. They were going to send Malik Monk and a protected first-round pick. I just said that too. So that means the research I did was correct. I mentioned that they were going to trade Malik Monk and a first-round pick to the Warriors for Kuminga. I didn't know about the $63 million for 3 years. Didn't know about that part, but I knew about the Malik Monk and the protected first-round pick. They do want that first-round pick, but they want it unprotected, though. They don't want it to be protected. Going back to the Warriors, I make reports that the Warriors want an unprotected pick. Just said that, too. That's what they wanted, an unprotected pick. Instead, I would add that they likely are uninterested in adding Moses Moody or Buddy Hield into this deal, which would be necessary due to base your compensation rules. I believe that moving to the Kings, knowing that he'll go right into a significant role, will almost certainly be the best outcome available for Kuminga. It's logical and wise for Kuminga camp to push for it. If he was an unrestricted free agent, he would have held an introductory news conference in Sacramento many weeks ago. But Kuminga is a restricted free agent. The Kings can't even present him an offer sheet. They're over the cap and can only acquire him via sign and trade. And I don't think the Warriors have heard any sign and trade offer from the Kings or anybody that's been remotely tempted to accept. So maybe the Warriors are truly digging in, determined to nudge Kuminga into either the 2-year $45 million but only guaranteed the first year, reported by ESPN, Anthony Slater, or the qualifying offer that will essentially set Kuminga up as a lame duck warrior due to hit unrestricted free agency. Further complication, as Mark Stein has reported on his Substack, the Warriors, as part of their offer, want Kuminga to waive his right as a player on a one-year guarantee to block any trade during the first year. So again, posturing is always part of the trade market or free agency commentary by any team official, especially when it's a situation as loaded with frustration, ambition, and financial pressure as this one has been a while now. It's crazy, man. It's crazy. They got to figure out something, bro. You can't go into the season with this, man. Yeah, they got to figure out. Yeah, they got to figure something out. Not a good look for the franchise. It's not. This is a bad look. Like this is not a good look for the organization at all. I agree with you, Tony. Totally agree with you, bro. Totally agree with you, bro. This ain't a good look. You gotta solve this, man. To me, if you are in win now mode, you're gonna either bring him back or you're not. You can't, be stalling out, trying to get ridiculous offers for somebody who's, he ain't worth the price that you're asking. Like, he's good. He's a hooper. But no, man. Like, I agree with the Kings on that part. I'm not giving you no unprotected first round pick. Heck no, you're gonna take the protected. You better be happy I gave you a first round pick. Honestly. And I'm a Warriors fan, and I would say that. Be happy I gave you a first round pick. Because I don't know if he's really worth that. I gave you a player and a first round pick. Come on, man. I even did you a favor. He ain't happy with you. I'm taking him off your hands. I gave you Malik Monk. You need offense. I just gave you another shooter to put on your team. I just gave you a lights out shooter. And you got a very good shot of getting that first round pick. Most likely, they're probably going to be bad. The Kings are probably going to suck this year. They're going to probably be 12 seed or something. So there's a good chance you probably... Oh, man, you know what? Dang, never mind. I see why the Warriors want that thing to be unprotected even more now. They know they're going to suck. They know that. So they know most likely they're going to get that first round pick. Oh, man. Dang, man. That first round pick ain't no good. It really ain't no good, man. Because 9 out of 10, the Kings are going to be terrible. And they're probably going to get that first round pick either way. They're probably going to end up keeping it. Because it's protected, they guarantee to get it if their season sucks. If they're good, then you'll get it. But they're not going to be good. They're not going to make the playoffs. Not with that roster. I definitely think Dallas and the Spurs are better than them. So, I mean, that's 7 to 8 spot right there. Dang, man. Oh, man. I don't know, man. I don't know now. That's not a good deal, bro. Yeah, they got to do something. You got to do something. But the Warriors got to figure out something, man. You can't go into the season with this. You got to figure out something. Got to figure out something. So hopefully the Warriors will clean this Kuminga situation up within the next month or so. Season, I think training camp gonna start to like the end of September, to like September-ish. Preseason in October. So we still got some time before things really get started. But hopefully they're gonna get this cleaned up by September, at the end of this month. So, because this getting ridiculous. It's getting ridiculous. But we're finna get ready to end this stream. It's been a little over 30 minutes already. I need to go and get ready to wrap this up and get ready to head to bed because I gotta go to work tomorrow. I gotta be at the school that I teach at by 7:30 a.m. My first class I teach is at 8 a.m. So I gotta get me some sleep. Yeah, the Kings have solid players on the team. Don't they have they do. They got Levine, DeRozan, and Sabonis. I don't know though. That might be good enough to get a 7 or 8 seed. That might be. They may not suck as bad as I think they will. I don't know. See, because that pick is protected, I don't know your chances of getting it is that high. Because, like, there's a very good chance they're gonna miss the playoff. Very good chance. But there also is a good chance they could make the playoff. And they make it, you probably gonna get that pick at that point. But it's hard to say though. It's hard to say. That's not bad. They can make something happen if LaVine stay healthy. That's true. If LaVine stay healthy, they can make something happen. Sabonis still gonna be getting his double doubles. DeRozan gonna still be knocking down that mid range jumper. So it's hard to say. It may not be as bad as I think, but it's just hard to say. But I understand why the Warriors really want that pick to be unprotected. I understand that. Oh yeah, he's underrated. He is. Sabonis should have been an all-star, man. He should have. I would love to have Sabonis on the Warriors. Man, Sabonis always give Anthony Davis trouble. Anthony Davis always struggle against European players for some reason. But man, I would love to have Sabonis. I would. Dude can ball, man. He can ball. I mean, that is a bad boy. Oops. There we go. He's a beast, bro. One of the best centers in the league. Facts, man. He's one of the best centers. He's one of the best, man. He's one of them guys, like, if he become available, team's going to be all over him. All over him. I mean, you're going to have probably, like, almost every team in the league calling you. Hey, bro, I want you. Because it ain't that many there isn't many skilled centers in the league like that now. There's not a lot of starting caliber centers in the league. So if one becomes available, everybody call him. Everybody. Lakers, Clippers, Warriors, Denver, everybody call him. Doing whatever they can to get that man service. That dude's a bad boy, man. He's good. I always love Sabonis game, man. Sabonis is another double-double machine. He gonna get rebound. That's a guaranteed 12 to 15 rebounds a game for sure. And he'll still get about 10 to 15 points too. So he's good, man. Good starting caliber center. Yeah. I hope he get frustrated with the Kings. Hey, I ain't gonna lie, Tony. I kind of do too. I kind of hope they suck, so he'll be asking for a trade. Hey, I'm like, hey, I ain't gonna lie. All of us can be trying to get this man attention, get this man on our team. So I kind of hope the Kings season fall apart, so he'll ask for that trade. Because the Kings are pretty much rebuilding. At least they should be. They should be trying to rebuild. You know, trying to put a new team together and all that. I say at this point, and I'm gonna get ready to wrap up this stream. Teams should not be afraid to start over and rebuild. You shouldn't. Look at Oklahoma. They went through years of terrible seasons until they built a championship team together. And now they won their first title. A small market team won their first title. Who knows? Could repeat. All we know. Who knows? Based on recent history, it says no, they won't repeat. But who knows? Who knows, man? But teams should not be afraid to rebuild. And I think, the Kings probably should do that. Just like the Milwaukee Bucks. They don't want to admit it, but they probably should start rebuilding. Giannis is probably gone. Milwaukee's gonna suck. Just go on and do the rebuild and be done. Just go on and start, get them draft picks, start loading up. So in about 3 to 4 years, you start being a pretty decent team. But guys, we're finna get ready to end this podcast because it's 11:16 on the Eastern Coast. I'm gonna get ready to head to bed. Like I said, I gotta go to work in the morning. Gotta be at the school by 7:30. My first class that I teach is at 8 o'clock. And I got 2 classes back to back. So I got some teaching to do tomorrow for my seniors and sophomores I teach. I got a biology and anatomy class I gotta teach. So I need to go and get me some sleep so I can be energized, so I can teach the way I like to teach with my students, get my kids ready for some state tests in a couple of months, and get ready to help my seniors go and graduate high school in May. So I appreciate everybody for hanging out with me tonight. Appreciate you, Tony. And let me scroll back up. Appreciate you, Sora Alpha. Appreciate Sora Alpha and Tony. I appreciate you both for coming by, man. Appreciate everyone else who's watching and anyone else who may be watching this stream after the live stream. I appreciate you checking out the stream. If you enjoyed what you saw, hit that subscribe button. We're on the road to 50 subscribers. This channel's doing pretty good to me right now. It's growing the way I like it to. It's this is probably the happiest I felt about a channel in a good little minute. It's growing the way I really want it to. I'm loving how it's doing. And a lot of people don't know it, but I am more active on this channel than my gaming channel. I'm really loving my sports channel a lot more than game. But we're growing the way I want to grow. Doing streams that I really want to do, actually. I actually got a little more passion to do. So appreciate everyone's support, man. This has been fun to do. Appreciate everybody's support. Like I said, anyone new who's watching, if you enjoyed the stream, hit that like button. And if you really, really like the podcast and you really like the conversation or just like basketball or sports in general, hit that subscribe button. On the road to 50 subscribers, on the road to 100 after that. So let's all do it together, man. Let's grow this community together. School is back. It is. School is back, man. School is back in full swing. Full swing. This is year 2 for me. This is my second year teaching. Second year. But we back at it, man. Back in the classroom teaching. All right, bro. All right, Tony, you take it easy, man. Once more, appreciate everybody for hanging out with me, man. Hit that like button. Hit the subscribe if you enjoyed everything. And you guys have a great night or a great morning if you're on the other side of the world. And everyone have a blessed day, man. And we will see you on the next live stream. Oh, before I go, make sure I mention, I am planning to have Gerald Glassford from Laker Fast Break. I do plan to do a podcast with him very soon. I do want to set up a time with him that me and him can talk about NBA right here on this channel. So definitely look out for me and Gerald talking some NBA together. And we'll go from there, man. Everyone have a blessed night. Have a great night. And I'll see you guys on the next podcast. Peace out, everybody. Thanks for hanging out with me. Peace.